Hello beautiful people, welcome to Beyond the Mat with me, J. Cole Yoga. Today is Tuesday, June 20th. If you can see that right there. No, it's too blurry. Maybe there, maybe there, maybe there. Maybe that type's way too small and maybe backwards to read. Yeah, right about there. The Android never lies. It never lies. Unless you set the date manually. Then it lies for you. So that means you're lying, not the Android. The Android never lies. So this is my last night where I get to eat whatever the frig that I want. I'm wilding out tonight, guys. I'm wilding out. So I've already eaten some potato chips, some plain salted potato chips. And I had a cup of coffee. That's me wilding out. That is extreme for me. That is as crazy as I get. And tomorrow morning, so the thing is, I'm gonna do a juice cleanse. And I just have a couple avocados I have to eat up before they go bad. I really don't want to waste them. And I have a bit of an avocado allergy, so I can't eat. Woo! Sirens in the big city. Woo! Woo! It's probably an ambulance going to help somebody. Hopefully no one's hurt. There's a lot of lightning going on right now, so there could be a fire or any kind of craziness like that out there. Sending all of my blessings and positive energies your way. Oh, na 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 na. So yeah, avocados. I got 2 left to eat, and that's it. Then it's juice cleanse. Doing a lemon juice cleanse for 6 days. So tonight is the last night I can eat whatever the frig I want. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna show you guys what I normally eat, what this whole weird wacky diet that I'm on is made of. So let's hop in our time machines and get over to tomorrow morning, Wednesday, June 21st. See you on the other side. And we are in the motherfucking future. How do we know it's the future? Because my hair is down and I'm wearing a different outfit. And androids never lie. Androids never lie. Never 21. Ooh. Okay, let's go downstairs to the kitchen. Let's do this. And welcome to the kitchen, where we're gonna start on this wacky ass diet of mine. So come on over here and we'll get started. So the basics of the whole, I guess the principle of this diet is carbs in the morning. So you have all day to burn off your carbs. I was eating a lot of gluten-free pasta, but I even cut that shit out because it's really, when you look at the ingredients, it was just rice flour and quinoa. And I was like, I eat rice and quinoa, so why am I involving an extra step of processing and packaging and all that other shit when I have tons of rice and quinoa right here? So yeah, carbs in the morning if you are eating pastas and shit like that. Big plate of spaghetti in the morning. Biggest meal of the day is in the morning because you have all day to burn it off. People who are eating like a big plate of spaghetti at night and then sitting down to watch Netflix, well, your body's going into this shutdown mode. And so it's like, what the fuck do I do with all of this sugars and carbs? I know, let's make it into fat. And that's where it goes. So to avoid that, that's what we got to do. Just to continue on the whole idea of how it works, if you're someone who gets up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, let's say 6 a.m., you're going to want to stave off your breakfast. Don't be a food robot. You don't have to eat just because it's a certain time. Eat when you're hungry. So it might be 8, it might be 9, it might be different every day of the week for you. You just eat when you're actually hungry. I know that doesn't fit in with the weird robotic lifestyle that we all live in, trying to get to work on time and everything, but find a way to make it work. What else was I gonna say? Nighttime. No, if you're getting up at 6 in the morning, breakfast around 7, 8-ish, you're gonna have your biggest meal and start to taper off during the day. So meals get smaller. At lunchtime, get smaller, and then at dinner time, it's going to be the smallest meal of the whole day. And no eating after 7 p.m. That's it. And I mean, arrange this accordingly. If you're someone who wakes up at 9, obviously you're probably staying up till midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning. So obviously those time frames are going to be pushed ahead a little bit. And that brings us now to, what the fuck am I making for my biggest meal of the day today? So let's look in the cupboard. Okay, so I've got my pot of water. The water's filled up to that little line in there, which seems to be working out perfect every time that I do this. So I'm going to take, where's that focus? Quarter cup of, you know what? Quarter cup of the rice to start. And we just throw that right in the water. Bam! And now quinoa, actually you're supposed to rinse it, but I'm just going to go ahead and make it today because I'm crazy like that. Quarter cup of that, totaling half a cup. And then throw that on the stove. So we've just got that rice and quinoa on the stove on maximum until it starts to boil. And then I'm going to turn it down to a couple notches below halfway. And just give that a little stir, get it going. Bam. So while that is boiling, I am going to take some time and just listen to a podcast and clean up this kitchen. So I will definitely see you guys in a few minutes. And through the magic of YouTube, ta-da! All clean! Ding! Now, let's mosey on over to this corner here and look at vegetables. So sometimes I steam the vegetables on top of the rice and quinoa while it's cooking. Sometimes I throw them right in with the rice and quinoa while it's cooking, and then when the vegetables lose their goodness into the water, it gets absorbed back into the rice and quinoa. So let's see what we got over here. So we have some spinach, some bok choy, some red leaf lettuce, some celery, and broccoli. So we're gonna wash that, chop it all up, and throw it in that frying pan along with the rice and quinoa. So we'll be back in just a moment. So the rice and the quinoa have been cooking for 20 minutes now. You can see that the quinoa sprouts have separated from the little pieces start to come apart. And I don't measure the water anymore. I just kind of throw it all in there, let it absorb. If there's too much water, strain it out. If there's not enough water, add a little bit more. So we're just going to put that on the back burner for a second or two and introduce the frying pan with a generous amount of coconut oil, of course, for slipperiness. And as soon as that melts down, then we're going to introduce the quinoa and then the vegetables all chopped up. Okay, so the grease is heated up and I've strained the water out of the rice and the quinoa, and we're going to throw that in and it's going to sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Yeah. Let that stir around. This stove's a little crooked, it's off balance, so the oil runs down to one side, so you gotta keep twisting your pan around. And right away, we're gonna introduce the veggies. So here's everything. A lot of leafy greens that are gonna cook down. And so I had the heat turned up a little bit, just one notch over medium, and I'm going to turn it back down to below medium. So the stuff doesn't burn. I'm going to put a lid on that, and then just let that cook down for a few more minutes. Okay, so while that cooks down, and once there's more space, once it is cooked down, we're going to add in a little bit of tofu once it starts frying up and I can start shifting all the stuff around in there. And while that's cooking down, I'm going to go over and do up these few little dishes that we've used up, just to keep myself busy. And we'll be back in a moment, folks. Okay, and it's starting to cook down there a little bit now. We can start folding it over, bringing the rice and quinoa up and folding it over. Folding it over. Don't worry about making a mess. Cooking is messy. If you're not making a mess, you're not really cooking. And then once we get that down, we can start to shake that up a little. There we go. Now, I'm going to go over, start the water, because my hands are going to get so messy from this tofu, and we're just going to squish that up everywhere. There we go. You can see why I started the water. And we're just going to mix that up a little bit. Dun, da, da, da. That lid back on and just let it continue to cook on a very low heat setting for a few more minutes. Okay, and here we go. It is all good to go. So I've already added a little bit of sea salt into this mixture here. I'll pour some of that in. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing here. I'm not going to fill that bowl up. That might be bowl 2, or I might just save that for later. We'll see how I feel after I eat it all. Put that back on the stove. And there you have it, folks. A delicious vegan gluten-free meal. 20 minutes for the rice to cook, 15 minutes frying the vegetables, 35 minutes, and you've got the best meal of your life. So put whatever spices you want on it. Sauces from the fridge, ketchup, mustard, and honey is pretty good. Different barbecue sauces, things like that, just to spice it up a little bit. I just eat everything, as you can see, just like that. I don't put anything on, just salt, a little bit of salt. Actually, I put a lot of salt, okay? I have a salt problem. Don't judge me! Don't judge me! And that's it for this morning's cooking lesson, everyone, and my crazy diet routine that I go through all the time, every day. And so, sometimes for dinner I have the same thing. Rice, quinoa, vegetables, just much smaller portions. Maybe I'll even save that little bit that's left in the frying pan for dinner time tonight. And lunch is going to be a bok choy soup with garlic and slices of avocado on the side. See, I got to get the avocado out of the way because they're ripe and they're ready to go, because after this, after today, I'm going on a 6-day lemon juice cleanse. Oh, yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Just want to get all these toxins out of me, clear my skin up a little better. This crazy weather here in Halifax has just been up and down. That makes my skin go. So yeah, that's it. Peace, love, and light. Namaste. And all that other good noise. And we out of here. Ding.